On October 25th, 2025, Twitch streamer Emiru sat down for a 2-hour stream titled Opening Up and detailed allegations of sexual assault, domestic abuse, stalking, and blackmail threats against fellow OTK co-founder Mizkif, claims that if true, reveal a years-long pattern hidden behind their public friendship. What she described wasn't a single incident, but a slow escalation that began with emotional volatility and ended with a non-consensual physical encounter she says left her screaming for him to stop. The two had lived together in Mizkif's Austin streamer house since January 2022 when Emiru joined One True King. To viewers, they were close collaborators who supported each other through real-world threats. Mizkif once armed himself when a stalker showed up at their door. But to understand why this stayed hidden for years, you need the prequel. In 2022, Mizkif was accused of covering up CrazySlick's assault on AdrianahLee. Emiru defended him on stream, a clip now used against her. In 2023, leaked DMs showed Mizkif trying to control her content and threatening public humiliation. And in September 2025, 3 witnesses allegedly saw him repeat the behavior in LA. That's what finally pushed Emiru to speak, not her own TwitchCon incident. Let's go back to the beginning. In September 2022, Mizkif faced accusations of covering up a sexual assault by his friend CrazySlick on streamer AdrianahLee at a party. Leaked internal OTK Discord calls showed Mizkif advising AdrianahLee to keep it low-key to avoid drama. The backlash was immediate. Mizkif was temporarily suspended from Twitch, and OTK launched an internal investigation that cleared him of direct cover-up but criticized his judgment. Emiru, the only female OTK member and Mizkif's roommate, went live in tears defending him, saying, "The Miz I know would never have known the whole story and allowed it to happen. It's simply not possible that he knew about it." She called out other streamers like Trainwrecks TV and XQC for exploiting the situation for views, rather than supporting victims, citing her own history of harassment and stalking. That moment is now being weaponized by both sides. Skeptics point to it as evidence she once protected an alleged enabler, while Emiru later said she was lied to and betrayed by everyone in the house and spoke from proximity, not full knowledge. Fast forward to January 2023. Private DMs between Mizkif and Emiru leaked. In them, Mizkif criticized her streaming style, telling her to stop being too sexual, accusing her cosplay thumbnails of being bait, and claiming her content was hurting OTK's image. He threatened to publicly call her out if she didn't change. Emiru never went public at the time. She says she was financially and socially trapped in the OTK house, reliant on the organization for income, housing, and community. These messages are now seen as the first documented evidence of control and emotional manipulation, predating the physical allegations by over a year. Back in the house, according to Emiru, the dynamic was volatile. She told viewers that during arguments, Mizkif would throw objects near her, bang on her locked stream room door, and scream threats like, "Guess we're both dying today," while speeding recklessly. She said he used his own mental health struggles as leverage, warning that if she distanced herself, he might harm himself. These incidents, she claims, happened repeatedly over the 3+ years they lived together. The most serious allegation came from a night when Emiru was crying on the couch. She says Mizkif offered comfort, then began kissing her face despite her stated discomfort with non-romantic physical contact. When she didn't reciprocate, he allegedly climbed on top of her and forced his hands down her pants. Emiru says she screamed. He immediately stopped, said, "I feel weird now, like I did something wrong," and walked away without checking on her. After she moved out, exact timing unclear, sometime in 2024 or early 2025, she claims the behavior shifted to surveillance. Friends and colleagues told her Mizkif was monitoring her activities through mutual contacts. At TwitchCon 2025, just days before her own onstage assault on October 17th, he allegedly confronted one of her employees with a warning. If Emiru ever spoke publicly, he would launch a smear campaign accusing her of animal abuse involving her pet rabbits that died while they lived together. But the real trigger for going public wasn't TwitchCon. It was late September 2025. Emiru says she'd stayed silent for a full year after moving out to disengage and avoid drama. Then, 3 witnesses allegedly saw Mizkif repeat similar behavior toward another person in Los Angeles. One of those witnesses came to her directly. She said, "I cannot, in good conscience, remain silent when I hold critical information about someone's past actions that few are aware of. That's when she scheduled the opening up stream. As of October 26th, Mizkif has not responded publicly. His last X post was October 24th, unrelated to the situation. OTK has launched an internal review, and Twitch has made no statement. Community reactions are deeply split. Streamers like Stable Ronaldo, Jason the Ween, and Adapt called the details heartbreaking and praised Emiru's courage. Others remain skeptical, citing her 2022 defense, their shared stalker history, and the lack of public evidence beyond her testimony. Some point to the 2023 DMs as proof of tension, while others see them as a friend giving harsh feedback. These are Emiru's allegations, not court-verified facts. No police report has been mentioned, though she says witnesses exist for multiple incidents, including the LA case. The full truth will depend on evidence neither side has yet released. The situation is still unfolding. OTK's review, potential legal action, and community fallout will shape what happens next. For now, the streaming world is watching, divided between those who see a pattern of abuse and those who see a complicated friendship gone wrong.